What would you do if you fell through a magical portal and landed in a world made entirely of shoes? Well, our story today begins with our hero, Max, doing just that. But to get home, he'll need your help to match every left shoe with its right. So put on your thinking caps, everyone, because it's time for a new adventure. Our story begins on an ordinary day in Max's life. He's got his chores to do, his homework to finish, and a science project on volcanoes that's due tomorrow. And to top it all off, he's already late for school. But before he leaves, he stops to feed Mr. Hoots, the family pet parrot, only to find him staring intently at the swirling vortex of a nearby portal. And when Max investigates, he gets sucked right on in. Max tumbles out of the portal and lands right on his face. And when he looks around, he finds himself in a world made entirely of shoes. And not just any shoes, but left shoes. There were red left shoes, blue left shoes, striped left shoes, polka dot left shoes, even one shoe with a picture of a smiling frog on it. And scattered amongst them were socks, brown socks, white socks, striped socks, even a fuzzy pair of pink socks with little kittens on them. But not a single right shoe could be found. Suddenly, Max heard a loud voice boom. "Welcome to the kingdom of left shoes, and since you've stumbled into my domain, you must do my bidding if you ever wish to leave." Startled, Max turned to see a grumpy gnome wearing a pointed hat and carrying a wooden staff. "My bidding," the gnome continued, "is to solve my eternal riddle, the one that's kept me awake at night for centuries." With that, the gnome handed Max a small box and vanished. When Max opened the box, he gasped. Inside was a single red sock, but as soon as he pulled it out, a tiny paper note fluttered out and landed on his nose. Max read, "Find my missing mate to progress on your way. Ho ho, clever gnome." Confused, Max looked around for a matching sock, but there were so many that it was impossible to tell which ones belonged together. Just then, a helpful-looking shoe offered. "Looking for a pair, my dear fellow? Perhaps I can help." And with that, she magically produced a smaller box with a single polka dot shoe inside. The note fluttered out and read, "To solve the gnome's great riddle, you'll need me. Use your noggin, figure it out." Max frowned. What did it mean? Then he had a brainwave. Maybe the shoe wasn't a shoe at all, but a sock. And when he put it next to the red sock in the box, they magically disappeared. The shoes and socks kept coming until finally, after what felt like hours, Max solved the final pair. A note fluttered out and read, "Well done, young traveler. The kingdom of left shoes is now complete." Suddenly, the ground beneath him rumbled, and the shoes and socks began to swirl around him faster and faster until suddenly, whoosh, he was back in his own room. Max raced downstairs, grabbed his backpack, and sprinted out the door to get to school just in time for class. As he ran, he thought about the kingdom of lost shoes and wondered if all those shoes and socks still needed their other halves. "I guess some things are better left unlost," he said with a smile. And that, my friends, is the end of our story. Until next time, goodbye. Thanks for coming along on this adventure with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Good night, little one.